What's going on, everybody? I'm on a student interview today with my boy Johnny Sack here out of California. He's a young killer in our inner circle, and we're gonna ask him some stuff just about his experience and where he started, where he's at now. And I think this will be really cool for a lot of you younger guys looking to break into the high ticket sales space because he's a firm sort of case study that this can work for you at any age. We have kind of a similar story. Like I'm seeing a lot of me 4 or 5 years ago in him. So I think this would be a cool one. But Johnny, how are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good, dude. Good. Well, cool. I guess, before we dive in, like give him a little bit of background just on like you, where you're from, just like your situation right now, just so they can get to know Johnny Sack a little more.
Yeah, so right now, like you said, I'm from California. I'm 18 years old, specifically like Los Angeles, California. Just graduated high school literally last June. Over the summer, I actually was planning on going to like a 4-year university, right? I was planning on going to a top 30 school for computer science. I was going to become a software engineer. That was my game plan. And then at the last minute, literally something clicked in my mind. I was like, I do not want to do this, bro. So I backed out, was signed up for community college, and I was like, I'm going to go all in on something. I'm going to bide my time for 2 years, give myself 2 years to make something work. And then I joined the inner circle. I think it was like the start of September, I believe. And then from there, things just took off.
Let's go, dude. Sick.
Yeah.
And you're 18, right? Just for the
Yeah.
audience. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
18, man.
Well, cool. So I guess that kind of covered my first question. I typically ask people like what made them want to join the inner circle and stuff like that. So you dropped out, burnt the bridge. You said 2 years, I'm gonna make some shit happen and
Mhm.
take like a couple of gap years. I guess what made you want to join like the inner circle specifically?
That's actually a funny story. So I think it was like Trey's TikTok. It was way back in like January or February. I was
Oh
looking
wow.
back our DMs like a while ago between me and Trey. So I originally had hit him up. I was like, hey man, would you be willing to mentor me? I'll work for you for free to Trey. And he was like, no, man, to be completely honest, I don't do that. And then he literally told me, he was like, I see you have high school in your bio. Just to let you know, we don't take anyone on for free. He told me the price, and I was like, all right, bro. And then he told basically we were just chatting over DMs and stuff like that. And then I just built up like this connection with Trey, and I was talking to him, I think every month, or there was like a couple month breaks in between there, but it was really just talking to Trey. And then finally, once I decided to go all in with it, he basically got me into, he didn't even have to close me or anything. It was just me getting on the phone with him and be like, all right, let's get this going.
That's sick, man. Dude, you're gonna make it,
Yeah.
bro. Like not to make your head all big, but like uh, I mean, you're 4 years younger than me, right? Like I'm
Mhm.
22. I started when I was 17 though. And it's like when you're your age and you're like on the come up, you're making money and you're starting to do well for yourself, like you kind of see like nobody your age is really doing stuff like this. Like you
Yeah.
get, I mean, of course, like you get those kids who are in your college class who are like, bro, like Warren Buffett said, and then I quote Warren Buffett, maybe have like $12 and you know, like Coca-Cola stock or something like that.
Yeah.
But like they're not making moves like you are, man. So for you, I mean, the inner circle ain't the cheapest thing on earth, let's say that.
Mhm.
So like,
Mhm.
for you to save up that coin and make that commitment at such a young age, dude, like that's genuinely badass. Again, not to make
Yeah.
your head all big, but like pretty cool what you're doing, bro, for sure.
Yeah, and I remember Trey told me the price, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a job over summer, and then I'll reach back out to him once I have the money. And then I did that, and then all pretty much all the money just left my bank when I joined. But that's pretty much what ended up happening there.
Sheesh, man. That's real
Yeah.
dedication though, bro. Like
Well,
I
I was planning on getting a job anyway, but like that was also just some extra motivation to not just because a lot of people work like 1 or 2 days a week, but like I was working like 5 or 6, so that was just some extra motivation to actually go every single day.
You're a killer, man. Let's go. I guess when you started then, we've kind of like gotten a little bit out of the way, but like when you started, where were you exactly? Like what did the situation look like? Where were you working? Just paint that
Mhm.
picture a little bit.
Like what my first offer was.
No, just like your situation before you started in the inner circle. Like
Oh
what
yeah,
was the life situation looking like?
yeah. So like I said, I'm 18. I was just living at home with my parents. I'm in community college, so that's one thing. I take like all my classes online, so that was the plan. It's not too much of a time commitment, but I was working at like this grill at this country club. That's basically what I was doing all summer before I joined the inner circle. I made like minimum wage in California, which is actually pretty decent money to be completely honest. So I stacked all that cash and then got into the inner circle. But before that, over the summer, I guess I was just a normal kid, man. Went to school, played poker with my friends at night, just that type of a thing.
Let's go. What did your parents think about you joining the inner circle? I'm curious.
They had, I don't want to drop the price obviously, but they had no clue how much the price was because Trey put me on like a split payment plan. So
Yeah.
I told them, I was like, this is the actual price. They didn't know. Once that other half hit like a month later, I was like, thank God I made some bread because they probably would have killed me if they saw the full price.
Well, dude, you proved
Yeah.
him, not that you proved him wrong, but now you can kind of point the finger and be like, I told you
Hmm.
so, so at least there's
Yeah.
that. At least there's that for sure. Well, cool, man. I guess, did you try anything before sales to make money online, or is this like your first go?
So I've always like looked into stuff. I've kind of always been like, I've always been into like the online entrepreneurship game. I was planning on like basically started an agency when I was like 16, did some cold calling there for like a week, got absolutely nothing. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I tried like day trading. I didn't actually get far into it. Like I was paper trading, stuff like that. The only thing I actually started and tried was a drop shipping store. I think I lost like $500 or $600 doing that when I was like 15. That was like my sophomore year of high school. That was pretty terrible. But like I feel like everybody's done that, tried a drop shipping store at some point. So just those things, the normal SMMA and drop shipping.
Dude, it's one or the other for everybody I talk
Yeah,
to. I swear to God. Like they either found
100%.
SMMA through like Iman or somebody like
Mm-hmm.
that, or they found
Yeah.
drop shipping through like Seb or somebody like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's for
No,
me, it was drop
yeah.
shipping, dude, and I lost a
Uh-huh.
lot of money for
Yeah, I was
sure.
in the Seb and Seb free drop shipping course, free TikTok drop shipping course, which I now know what that actually is in terms of the sales side of things, and then the Iman
Yeah,
Gods agency navigator, that type of thing. Yeah,
let's go. Dude, that's
yeah.
funny, man. Well, you sat again, like just reminds me of myself because I was like in the same
Mhm.
exact boat, dude. Just like I didn't know what that shit was. Like I didn't know what a free course was. And then,
Yeah. Now I
I'm
know
like,
what the
like,
purpose is.
yeah, I'm like, oh, these guys are trying to get me on a 5K mentorship right now, bro. But that's
Yeah.
sick, man. I guess in terms of inner circle, right? So you join early September. Um, I guess and be honest here too. You don't have to like say
Mhm.
it's the best thing since sliced bread if you don't want it. But like what specific insights and help have you received from like us and just the inner
Mhm.
circle overall? Like what would you say are the main takeaways so far from it? Because you're still in it and we're
Yeah.
still we're still going. But like so far,
Mhm.
what have you taken away?
I think like higher than anything else, it's just like it's the connections, hands down the connections. It's like when I first started trying to find jobs by myself, it was like I think I sent like over 1,000 DMs, barely got any responses. And then our head recruiter, Viz, I hit him up, and within like a couple of days, he has me placed in like multiple roles. It's just like those connections can just expedite the process so much faster. And like the amount of stuff that I've been able to learn from everybody else, like me and Frankie just like compete every single day on the leaderboard. It's crazy. Like
Two
that type of a
teenagers,
thing.
bro. That's the
Yeah,
crazier
yeah.
part.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. That and then also your guys' accessibility. Like I'll hit up you or Trey or Viz or Julian like anytime during the day and I'll get a response like within an hour about anything at all. So and then you guys are always super helpful, just willing to help with anything. That's honestly been the best part is the connections for sure.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I always say like as a beginner, it's always important to try and stack as many competitive advantages as possible, right? Like
Hmm.
if somebody's watching this and they're starting from scratch completely from zero, they have no competitive advantages, no sales experience, anything like that, just from scratch, they're agreeing to this, like it's it's really tough to get off the ground if you don't have things
Hmm.
like connections and stuff like that. Like it's tight and it's getting tougher and tougher because like there's more programs and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And so it's getting tougher and tougher to kind of succeed with it on your own. It's still doable, but it's like I think you took the smart route where it was like stack your cash, join a program because
Hmm.
right away, like obviously you're investing into a program, but like you're investing in a competitive advantages more so. And those competitive advantages are just like a shitload of connections. Like
Yeah.
right away, once you pass phase 1 and 2, Viz is working like day and night to get you in a sick position, which happened in like a few days.
Yeah.
You get connected with Julian right away. Julian makes like 20K a month for one of the biggest influencers on social media right now. Like
Yeah.
you get access to that dude at all times. Me and Trey, we've closed for some of the biggest social media influencers as well, millions and millions of dollars. Like we've seen what it looks like in a ton of different operations, and we've been there and done that for a while. Right away, like you get access to us. So like whether somebody joins the inner circle or not, like I don't care. Just try. I would advise people like to have kind of the mindset that you have, like do your best to like go get access to some sort of network or just something. So
Hmm.
you have those connections and
100%.
a little bit more of a competitive advantage than like a complete newbie. Cause it's just
Yeah.
getting a little more difficult as a beginner to just like do this on your own, unfortunately. Still doable,
Yeah.
not impossible.
No,
But
100%. Yeah. That's one of the main reasons that I ended up joining it is because like I tried to do outreach before I joined the inner circle, got absolutely no responses. So I was like, okay, I need something. I need that advantage, like you said.
totally. Yeah, outreach is a numbers game, man. Like you gotta do
Hmm.
back in my day, I'm fucking 22 years old. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm a grandpa. But back when I started, dude, in like 2019, 2020, I literally like nobody was doing outreach for sales gigs,
Hmm.
really, or outreach at all. Like all now my Twitter DMs are full with like 30 dudes a day pitching me on like email marketing and stuff. But I
Yeah.
could get away with just, hey, you looking for a closer or setter? So I get text and people would reply. Nowadays, it's like, dude, these
You
people are
have to
getting
send
hit up by
thousands.
yeah, they're getting hit up
Yeah.
by 10 to 20 people every single day, especially if they're big. So,
Hmm.
you gotta be different and it is a little tougher. But anyways, man. So you started in community college, working at that country club, living with the rents. Where are you at now? What does the progress look like with the inner circle and just like your career overall so far?
Yeah, I mean, so since joining the inner circle, I've been on I think like 3 or 4 gigs now. I finally found one that stuck, obviously. Been on that one for a little over a month now. Still living with the parents. I've had a lot of talks with, you, Trey, the coaches in there about moving out, possibly moving to Tampa or something like that. But eventually decided, I'd rather just stack all my cash until I have a good amount of money saved up right now, which hopefully isn't that long, with the amount that I'm bringing in right now. So that's kind of where I'm at, just making as much money as possible, saving up as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that's smart, man. Like we're having that talk the other day. I won't disclose exact numbers or anything like that of what we were
Yeah.
saying to save up and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, you're like, dude, I want to get a Tesla, man. I want to get a Tesla. And I was like, dude, get like a year to 2 years of like living expenses post tax
Hmm.
saved up before you start looking at Teslas. Because that's like
Yeah.
at the beginning, man, I was buying everything I could. I had like, after 2 months, I had 10 grand in the bank. I felt rich. I was like, I'm the man. Like, let's buy a Gucci
Yeah.
wallet for $600, which I did. Lost it, bought another one for $600. I was buying Yeezys, dude. I was buying all this stuff. I was looking at BMWs for like 50
Uh-huh.
grand. I had 10 grand in the bank. Like it made no sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, I gave you a couple pointers just because I was an idiot with my money back when I was
Definitely back of my mind, the Tesla. One
for
day.
sure. One day, dude.
One day.
Set like what we were talking about before. Set a
Yeah.
goal, hit it, cop a Tesla, no questions asked. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cop an M3 once I hit a specific
Yeah.
goal. $90,000 car. Once I hit the goal, I'm gonna do it. No questions asked.
Hmm.
Like I deserve it at that point. But yeah,
100%. Yeah.
you're gonna get that Tesla, bro. Don't worry. You're
That's
killing it.
that's what I'm hoping for, man.
Let's go. Well, cool. So I guess to get the audience up to speed, like it's December 3rd. So I guess first thing of two questions. First thing, what was your November month commission wise?
Hmm. So November, like I said, my best month yet. My second month in there ended up doing just over 15 grand in November.
Jesus, dude. And you're
Yeah.
you're crushing December so far. It's only the third. You're blowing up the
Yeah.
list chat. Do you know what you're at for the month or not?
For December, what day is it? The third. I think I'm at like 1,700 right now for December. So been
Dude,
pretty good so far.
you're pacing it higher than last month. It's only 3 days in, so you can't,
Yeah.
it's not over till the fat lady sings, but Jesus,
Been a
man.
pretty slow weekend too. That was mostly all from Friday too.
That's insane, bro. You and Kyrie, man. You're like Kobe or not Kobe. You're like D Wade and LeBron, bro, or Kobe and
Yeah.
Shaq. For real.
Throwing him the lobs every single day. Hopefully that's the plan.
Let's go, man. Well, cool, bro. I guess, to close it out here, you're crushing it. You're making 15K a month. I mean, you're pacing it higher than that this month. Again, we gotta let the month play out, but I think you'll beat your previous record of 15.
Hopefully.
Now that you got some skin in the game, you got some experience, you know what you're doing a little bit. Like, what's some advice you give like a newbie? Like somebody who was in your situation or is in your situation that you were in 6 months ago to a year ago. Like, what are some pointers that you would give those guys or girls like after getting some skin in the game yourself?
I think besides the fact of like investing into yourself, that's a really big thing and building those connections. The biggest thing I think that I found is like when you spend a large amount of money on yourself, like you have to get into this type of a program, it's like you're essentially placing a bet on yourself, right? And it makes you just want to work that much harder every single day. So once I saw that money leave my bank account, I was like, okay, I need to do whatever it takes, get that money back, get some sort of return on investment so that I can prove to myself that this was a good bet. I did something that was worth it, and that just placing that bet on myself was actually worth it. Besides that, I just say, yeah, just take that bet really is the biggest thing, biggest piece of advice that I have. And anybody looking in on getting into the inner circle, a couple of months ago, I was literally in this exact same position. I literally remember before I got on that call with Trey to join, I watched every single one of these testimonial videos. And I was like, okay, let me make sure this is real. Let me make sure these people are actually making money. And then 3 months later, I'm one of the testimonial videos. So it's surreal, man. It really is.
And your boys with all the guys that are in the testimonial videos
Yeah.
too. Like you're hanging, you're
Yeah.
starting to like talk with Julian and
Hmm.
Frankie and the guys who are all interviews. So that's
Yeah,
sick,
Kyrie,
man.
my closer on the last one.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crushing it, man. And I'm proud of you. And we're still going. Like this, it's not like we've been working together for a year, and it's like, all right, bye bye, Johnny. Like we're getting at
Yeah.
20K a month, and we're taking this thing as
100%.
high as we can go. So let's keep working, man.
100%.
I guess, if people want to follow you, your journey, keep updated on Johnny the man, what he's up to, like where should they follow you? What platforms, and then what are your tags on
Yeah,
those
let me
platforms?
let me pull that up so you guys can excuse me, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jonathan Sack underscore. That's the Twitter, and then Instagram at Johnny Sack underscore. Same thing
Let's
pretty
go.
much. So yeah, you guys want to keep up on date, message me on there. I'll hopefully reply. I'm always on my computer. That's how setting is.
Let's go, dude. Well, sick, man. I appreciate you, Johnny. You're a killer, man. Let's keep winning, dude. I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Caden.
Deuces. What's up, guys? Caden here. Hope you enjoyed the student interview today. And if you want to join the inner circle, the book a call link is going to be below this video, so check the description. And if you want to just soak up other free resources that we've built, all of them are free. You can also go below this video as well. Things like our free group, rest of our YouTube channel, and tons of other things are plugged that you can go check out if you want to get into high ticket sales. And overall, just hope you enjoyed the interview.